Welcome to the video lecture on microcontroller and embedded systems lab. Today we will be discussing program number 3. This program is about finding factorial of a given number. In this example, we have taken n equal to 7. That is factorial number is 7. How do you find the factorial? It is like this: 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 equal to 5040 in decimal. That is, the factorial of 7 is 5040 in decimal, and it is equal to 13B0 in hexadecimal. In our program, after execution, we can check the result in two registers, that is R0 and R3. So in R0 and R3, we will get 13B0H, that is the factorial of 7. This program, as usual, we have area, code, read-only, entry, start, end, all are assembler directives. Area assembler directive indicates or instruct the assembler to assemble the new code area. This is a code area starting from here till here, and this code area is read-only. So this assembler directive indicates that this code area is read-only. Entry assembler directive indicates that the first instruction to execute will be starting here. Start and end assembler directives indicate the start and end of the file respectively. Here we need to find the factorial of 7. So the first instruction will copy 7 into register R0 into R0. And in the second instruction, move the same number into R1. That is, R1 and R0 both will have 7. Subtract S. This is there is a postfix here. Yes, that will indicate the. Optionally, we can set the conditional flags. Conditional flag, 0 flag, sign flag, carry flag, and overflow flag. So optionally we are setting after the subtraction. So here R1 is subtracted, R1 is subtracted minus 1. So we get the result in R1. That is, R1 minus 1 equal to R1. The new value of R1 is 6. So here we have to compare whether the content of R1 is reached 1 or not. If it is reached, means we have done or you have come to the last number in the multiplication. If you have not reached to 1, that is, R1 has not reached to 1, then continue here. Continue. You have to perform the multiplication. Okay. If you have reached, if R1 is 1, then BEQ. What BEQ will do is, it will jump to the label stop. Here the program execution stops. If R1 is not equal to 1, then this particular condition is not true. So therefore, the next instruction, that is mul, will be executed. So here R0, here in our example, R0 is 7, R1 is 6. 7 into 6, and the result is stored in R3. The partial result is stored in R3. Then same thing is copied into R0. Same thing is copied into R0. Then again we are using a conditional branch instruction. Branch not equal. Here this will check the status of zero flag. Here assume that remember the zero flag is modified after the execution of the CMP instruction. It is not modified in the remaining 3 instructions. So zero flag is modified after the execution of CMP instruction. Okay. If after the execution of CMP instruction, if zero flag is 1, if zero flag is 1, that is it is set, means R1 equal to 1, R1 equal to 1. Okay, R1 equal to 1. In such case, this is not true. This is not true. Program execution goes to the next one. In case zero flag is equal to 0 after execution of CMP, if zero flag is equal to 0, that means R1 is not equal to 1. Remember, that is R1 is not equal to 1. Okay, in such case, this is true. This is true. So branch to the label loop. Branch to the label loop. Here again, the subtraction happens. What is there in R1? R1 has here 6. 6 minus 1, that is 5. 5 is copied into R1. Again check R1 is 1 or not. If it is 1, stop it. Otherwise, continue with the multiplication now. R0 has the partial result. Multiply that with 5, and again partial result is stored in R3. The same thing is copied into R0. Okay. So now this loop is repeated. It continues. Until when? Until R1 equal to 1. When R1 equal to 1, what happens is zero flag sets. Zero flag sets. If zero flag sets, so here BEQ. This condition is true. This condition is true, and it will stop the execution and it goes to here. Okay. Now the result is stored in R0. It is also available in R3. So our factorial of the given number is available in R0 and R3, 2 registers. In this example, the factorial of 7 is 13B0H. It's available in R0 as well as R3. So we can check the execution. So the last instruction here, it is just for terminating. As I explained in my previous programs, this is to terminate the program. So end is an assembler directive. It will indicate the end of the file. It will instruct or it will inform the assembler that we have reached the end of the file. Okay. Now let us see the execution of the program using Keil MuVision. Here, create a new project. Let me create a new project, program 3. Program 3 is a project which I have created. Here select the processor. So our processor is LPC2148. Select that. Click on OK. Here you have to press no. Press no. Okay. Now the project is created. We have in the next step is you have to create a file. So I'll just copy down. I already typed and I'm copying the program here. Save P3. I'll give the file name as P3 with an extension .asm. P3.asm is a file name. So here the extension should be .asm. Save the file. Now you can see you have to right click on target 1, right click on source group 1. Here we have an option called add existing files to group source group 1. Click on that. Now you have to add our assembler file which is created, we have given the name p3.asm, 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 select that, add that file, close it. You can see here p3.asm. So it is created here. Next step is to build the target. Add ASM source file. You can see the ASM file is added. Next step is build target. Go to project, click on build target. You can see here no errors, no warnings. You can also use this button. Click on that button. Again, you can see 0 errors, 0 warnings. Next step is debug session. Start debug session. Click on OK. You can see the contents of all the registers here. Next step is run. Then stop debug session. So first step is start debug, then run, then stop debug. You can see the contents of all the registers are updated here. So we have used R0, R1, R3, 3 registers. As I mentioned earlier, our result, that is the factorial of 7 or factorial of a given number, is available in R0 and R3. So factorial of 7 is 13B0 in hexadecimal. So that is available in R0 as well as R3. Okay. This is about program number 3. Thank you all. Thank you.